Okay, Monday, 24th of March, 2025. So Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Money Monday, Bitcoin and everything else. Volatility isn't risk, and risk isn't volatility. Now, this is something quite fundamental to understand about the markets in general. Attitudes and priorities and understanding and deciphering things, what you see. Now, when we say volatility, we mean price going up, price going down, which is a feature with Bitcoin, not a bug, a feature, fundamentally speaking. Volatility does whatever it wants to do. And I've done videos in the past about this where you don't bother watching the price, enjoy your life, look at the hash rate, not so much the price, things like that. Fundamentally, the price will do whatever it wants to do. And there's that great quote in the movie Wolf of Wall Street near the start of the film where no one knows whether the prices are going to go up, down, left, right, up, loop-de-loop, who knows? Yeah, there are ways to predict it with certain probabilities and chances. Yeah, sure, by all means, as a practical matter, sure. But it does what it wants to do. As going more fundamentally, is when you know the direction of the market, where it's going to go, in terms of Bitcoin, where it's going to go, which direction, that's all that matters. The day-to-day price, the moment-to-moment price is a little immaterial. You know where it's going to go. Now, risk. It's important to separate these two because risk, and this is one of those fundamental things to understand about Bitcoin, that you realize over time that Bitcoin is the least riskiest thing there is. I remember having a conversation a couple of years ago with someone who's mentioning risk of Bitcoin, risk. And I realized actually it's the opposite. It's the least riskiest. Now, why is this? Because fundamentally there's no third-party risk. No third party, no fire, no theft, no tort risk, no legislation risk, all these things. Risk are these different factors that are out of your control in the world. Legal risk, scandal risk, the CEO hit by a bus risk, all these different things. What if this, what if that, what if? They don't exist in Bitcoin because it's decentralized as a first principle, decentralized nature. No one place of attack, no one single point of failure. By definition, it's a feature, not a bug. Therefore, the volatility is whenever, all over the place. Swings here, there, yippee-ki-yay, happy chappy. But risk, when you realize it, there's no political risk, no legislative risk. It's stable. And there's a nice meme I saw about saying it's the astronaut on the Earth and the stable coin. Well, Bitcoin was the only true stable coin there was. Yeah, always was, always will be. Because there's no risks. There's no third party. That's the fundamental thing. No third party risk. And then you go through it and you realize, oh, there's no risk of this, no risk of that, no risk of cash flow, no risk of default, no risk of this. And then you realize the positive feedback loop of the hash rate and the users and the price and the more miners and the more security, more hash rate. You realize that there's a positive reflexive loop, meaning it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. So what risks there are, like security risk, over time gets diminished because the network, the Newtonian network gets stronger and stronger. Wow. So volatility can do whatever it wants. Up, down, left, right, new all-time highs, here and there, support and resistance. Amazing. Good stuff. Interesting. Okay. When's a nice point to enter? Very nice. But over here you realise there's no fewer risks. Now, intrinsically, there are still risks. I fundamentally think, unless you're no longer living, there's no risks. Because by being alive, we have the risk of, say, hunger, risk of age, risk of tiredness, all these things. You have to do stuff to satisfy these needs, fundamentally. That's why I say to have no true risks and no true volatility, in the absolute truest of sense, would to not be alive anymore. But that's a whole other conversation. So then, in the meantime, we have risks. Security risk is possibly the most prominent one. And then you could say, well, if it's on an exchange, the coins and Satoshis are on exchange, you've got exchange risk. And what could happen there? Well, we don't know. All kinds of things behind the scenes, rehypothecation and beyond. There's all these unknown risks. There's the known knowns and unknown knowns and other combinations beyond that. But that is key to understand and key to separate that with Bitcoin. Volatility is not risk. There's a nice quote in a nice axiom, so to speak, in trading, which is the trend is your friend. And when in doubt, I'm sure I did a video about this, when in doubt, zoom out. On a small time frame, the price is doing whatever. But as you zoom out, the trend becomes increasingly obvious. And who's your friend? The trend. And which way is it going? Oh, it's going a specific direction. So then it's a question of what's your time horizon. If you could ignore the short-term volatility and just think long-term, the more long-term the better. I did a video about this as well. He with the longest time horizon wins. The more long-term you can be, the better. And then you understand the risks. There's no political risk. There's no monetary risk. There's no central bank risk. What does that mean? It's the least riskiest thing there is. Least riskiest thing there is. I have no exposure to this, that, this. I saw this great meme once. 4 years ago, something akin to that, saying something akin to, if it wasn't for Bitcoin, I would have to pay attention to politics. Thanks to Bitcoin, I don't have to pay attention to politics because I got no exposure implicitly or directly with the politics that I have to worry about. That's powerful. More mind space, fewer things to worry about, more free time. Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. And remember, these are features on purpose because Bitcoin, Satoshi, prioritized decentralization and security above all. And we have what we have because of it. And again, volatility is a feature. The security, the decentralized nature is a feature. And the scarcity feature. Powerful stuff. And that's something to understand and separate. Volatility isn't risk. Risk isn't volatility. Powerful stuff. Very, very powerful stuff. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smarter stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.